a moment we're going to be having NOAA's Pacific Islands Fisheries Science Center representative here. He is George Balaz. So exciting guy. You may have met him already. He's already spent quite a bit of time over with our green sea turtles, weighing and measuring, and he's finally emerged from that tent. So here's George Balaz.
Hello, hello. What a nice event. I really love coming to the releases of sea turtles. Although I'll have to say that I'm looking out to sea and everybody is going to back to me, so I don't have an awful lot important to say. On June 6th, which was the transit of Venus, some of you may remember, won't happen again for another 108 years, I had the good fortune of being in Guangdong province in People's Republic of China and was invited to a release of turtles, and I had no idea that the Chinese had a tradition of releasing turtles. It has nothing to do with religion, has nothing to do with, well, it does have something to do with restocking, but they released, much to my amazement, 133 turtles. None of them were any smaller than the 5 that will be released today. So it does seem like worldwide there is this innate desire of people to let animals go into the ocean, and I know it myself. For 39 years I've been working with turtles in the Hawaiian Islands. Back in the early years there weren't really many turtles around, and it is so nice and wonderful to see today that just about here, there, and everywhere you can find and see a Hawaiian turtle. Hawaiian green turtles have come well on the road to recovery, and we hope and pray that the Hawaiian hawksbill will be forthcoming in the same manner also over the next coming decade. Our agency, the NOAA Pacific Islands Fisheries Science Center, based in Honolulu, where I've just flown over from, has great pride working with the Maui Ocean Center all these years, and also especially with Sea Life Park, who since 1976 has had a captive breeding program, mainly a display program, but a byproduct of that display has been the wonderful production of over 12,000 baby turtles that have all been released into the ocean. And the 5 you see today are just some of those that have been held back so that people could enjoy them and learn from them as ambassadors for their species. Ambassadors for the Hawaiian turtle, and interesting to note that the Hawaiian green turtle genetically is as Hawaiian as the Hawaiian people are Hawaiian. So it truly is a part of the Hawaiian Islands, the Hawaiian ecosystem, and that's probably about all that needs to be said. We're all eager to see the turtles slide into the ocean, as I am too. And thank you so much for coming. And you know what? All those folks with their back to me, they don't need their face to me to hear me. So good job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, George. Well, we are almost getting to that time here. It is about 20 after 10. If you're just joining us now at 10:30, we are going to be starting our sea turtle release. We have 5 Hawaiian green sea turtles that if you have not had a chance to meet yet, they are just getting their final preparations done for their release. They're over in these tents. If you're looking at me, I'm pointing to the right. They're over there. So make sure you stop by and say one last quick hi to those green sea turtles. We will be needing your cooperation if you're by the lanes right out in front of me. We do have staff and volunteers and all the people with their uniforms and name tags here to help make sure that this portion goes smoothly. So we want to ask your cooperation. If they ask you kindly to move or maneuver, please help us out here with clearing the area. We do have the 2 lanes that we're going to be using. Thank you so much. All right, up next we have Skippy Howe.
I'll go Skippy!
He's with the State Department of Aquatic Resources. I have seen him at a few turtle site excavations when they're helping the babies into the ocean, helping them up out of the nest, and he's here to say a few words about what he does with the green sea turtles.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
My name is Skippy Howe. I'm the aquatic biologist here on Maui. So I have a really unique position. I sort of get to do a lot of things because I was just in the streams this weekend. We went over to do some coral transplanting, and then this morning we get to do turtles. I guess what I wanted to do was kind of introduce what happened last year. Actually kind of give you a brief overview on how many turtle nests, 20 years ago, we weren't really thinking about we're going to get all these turtles nesting. And now this is 20 years later and we're getting all these turtles. What's real interesting is that last year, what I'll do is I'll break it down. First, I'll talk about the Honua, the green turtles, and then I'll talk about the hawksbill turtles. But we're getting both turtles, hawksbills and greens, that are nesting around Maui. So for last year, what was a really boom year, what was interesting was that also the nests and the nesting occurred later. So the nests were first reported, this is about July 4th. And normally we get reports of nesting occurring as early as May. So I'm not sure if it's just the climate or the drought conditions, but also this year too, it looks like a lot warmer. But we confirmed 11 Honu nests last year. 3 were in Hana, 5 were in Lahaina, and 3 were at Ho'okipa, where the windsurfing takes place. And what was interesting was that for us, what I call 5690, it's a little tag that she had when she returned the first time. I call her 5690, it's a tag number. But she came back to nest her 6th time last year. And so that's her 6th nesting season. So the number of eggs we had in the nest were between 4 and 113 eggs, averaging about 66 eggs in the nest. Average about 79% hatchling success. And like I said, the first nest was reported on July 4th, and then at Ho'okipa, and the last nest was excavated at Ho'okipa. This was on the 8th of February. This is the first time we're going into the next year from a nest that was made in the previous year. So that was real interesting. And then we released a total of 57 hatchlings. When we dig down to excavate a nest, sometimes they may be stragglers. So some of the hatchlings that are on the bottom, or in case there are a dead hatchling or a rock or roots, they may be stuck on the bottom. So when we excavate, we sometimes come across live hatchlings. And sometimes if the hatchlings still have a yolk sac attached, we'll let them absorb the yolk sac, and then we'll give them a couple of days, and then we'll release them in the ocean. For the hawksbill turtles, we had a hawksbill turtle that returned last year, and she nested 4 times. This is at Oneloa. You folks also know that as Big Beach. And what was interesting was that there were 4 nests, and we're talking about an average of about 169 eggs in the nest, between 155 to 186 eggs. So there were a total of 676 eggs laid, and the tracks were first reported on August 28, 2011. Okay. And so this is last year, yeah? So, and then like I said, the last nest was excavated on the 2nd of January 2012, early this year. Hatchling success was fabulous. It was 96%. So we had 646 out of 676 eggs. And that's pretty amazing when you think about it. That many eggs and having that good hatchling success. So other than that, that is kind of what I wanted to give you a real quick recap. I didn't want to talk too long. So
Donna Brown? Oh. She's all the way on the other side of the beach, I believe. Donna Brown is actually an instructor, a professor at the University of Hawaii at Maui campus, and she runs the Marine Option Program. She also coordinates students to respond to sea turtle strandings or things like that. So here is Donna Brown to tell us a little bit more about what she does.
Thank you, Erin. As Erin said, my name's Donna Brown, and I work at University of Hawaii Maui College, coordinating the Marine Option Program. We have a table over there if you'd like to come over and learn more about our programs. We'd like to get more students into our program. And one of the things we do is we coordinate the Sea Turtle Stranding Network here. So we have student helpers that it's actually a job. They get paid to go out and pick up turtles that are in trouble and send them over to the veterinarian on Oahu. and sometimes we have to pick up dead turtles, unfortunately, but that's part of the job. And so I help coordinate that. We work along with the National Marine Fisheries Service with George Balaz and his program to do that. So the turtles that we send over are all used to learn more about why they're getting diseases or why they died. So they will do a necropsy on the dead ones and see what happened to them and why they died. So it's all in the name of science. And we'd like to welcome all of you here today. We're happy to be here and be part of this event. And we're looking forward to seeing those turtles get out there, and hopefully we'll see them out swimming in the ocean.
Thank you, Donna.
Short
We're going to take actually a quick break. We've got 2 more speakers for you, but right now, actually in about 2 minutes or so, if there's any kids on the beach or keiki, if you want to come up and play turtle hurdles with Meryl Kaufman, she's here with her team from Pacific Whale Foundation. They have a really fun turtle activity for you guys. We're going to take some time out, watch the kids play turtle hurdles, and then we'll come back after that break with the last 2 speakers.
My name is Gwen Sakai. I'm with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and work out at Kealia Pond National Wildlife Refuge in North Kihei. We work collaboratively with National Marine Fisheries Service with George Balaz and Skippy Howe from the Division of Aquatic Resources and Hawaii Wildlife Fund to monitor nesting activity here on Maui. So the Fish and Wildlife Service has about 35 to 40 volunteers who have been trained, and what they do is they're called the Dawn Patrol. They go out in the morning. Starting June 1st, they go out and monitor beaches in the mornings. So from Ma'alaya all the way down to Big Beach, also some volunteers in Lahaina and on the north shore of Maui. Their objective is to be our eyes for us out there on the beaches, and when they see turtle tracks, they let us know. And that is the most important part of this monitoring program, is all these dedicated volunteers who give up a couple hours in their morning so that we can have full coverage of the beaches, and that way keep tabs and work towards monitoring any sea turtles nesting. If you're interested in the Dawn Patrol or any of our volunteer opportunities, you can come see me kind of in the midst of that area over there with Skippy Howe. But thank you all for coming. This is an excellent opportunity to provide information, but also an opportunity for you to see the turtles up close. And thank you, Maui Ocean Center and the Grand Wailea for hosting this event. It's the 2nd year as a public event, and it's well worth it because look at the crowd. There's a lot of aficionados for sea turtles. Thank you.